So today I'm going to
Yeah.
cover the topic called IP address.
You save the document you are going to be refer, right? That one.
This document will be shared.
Yeah. No, that course content you are going to be refer. That is the same thing which I like.
Whatever is shared, I'm covering them.
Yeah. Okay.
So in this IP address, we'll be discussing like agenda is like what is IP address, then we'll be seeing types, then why it is important, and we'll see some important key points.
Okay.
Okay. So first, like we'll discuss like what is IP address. So it is like a phone number for your computer.
It's recording, right?
Yeah, it is called. It is like a phone number for your computer. Okay. Or you can say like your devices. And why it is it is used to identify you on the internet. Okay. So first thing like it is like a phone number for your computer or devices, and it is going to identify you on the internet.
Mm.
And like it is also very essential for the server communications. Okay, and security or deployment, or we are going to monitor. And it is also used for configure the networks, firewalls, and the load balancers.
Okay.
Now we have some types for that. Actually, I'm getting my voice back.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah. Now we'll see the types of IP address. So we have two types, IPv4 and IPv6. Now what is IPv4? So it is a older type of address that looks like, okay. So you can see it look like IPv4. Okay. And IPv6 we have, it is a newer type, and it is longer like this. So IPv4 is separated by the like dot, and IPv6 is separated by the colon. Yes. And this IPv4 is like, okay, we'll discuss about that, the differences and like where it is used. Now, next thing is like why the IP address is very important. So IP address is very important because, like, for example, let's say your computer need IP address to access the website or online games. Okay. Also, like, it will also figure it out where your internet or traffic is coming from. I just mentioned here, the computer needs an IP address to access the website and online games. Also, it's used to figure it out where your internet traffic comes from. Okay. And also, like, companies will use company use IP address to make sure their website are working properly. So this is address. So hope
Is
you got
security
which one.
question here is security wise, which one is better? IPv4 or like more efficient security wise? IPv4 or IPv6?
In security wise, IPv6 is very important.
Okay.
Very like, so I'll discuss about this also. Like, we have a different topic for this. IPv4 is different and IPv6 is different, and I will also discuss like which is better and which one we should use in which cases. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have kind of some of type of like IP address in the terms of like public and private. Okay, so we have here public versus private. So in public IP, like, this is address on the internet, or it can change. Okay, if you talk about public IP, so this is address on the internet and it can change. Private IP, this is your address on your home network, that is called, you can say, Geo Wi-Fi or anything, and it usually stays the same. Always remember, don't share your IP address to anybody, with strangers, online or anywhere. Okay, so hope these 4 points are clear. Now, coming to the question, the difference between IPv4 and IPv6. So, as I said, IPv4 is a like older type of address, and IPv6 is a newer type. Okay, and it look like this. This is the one different, and it is separated by the colon, that is IPv6, and dot in IPv4. And if we talk about the format, IPv4, like it use 32 bit, okay, and IPv6 it use 128 bit. It will be very long, like kind of. So in like as you asked, security wise,
Yeah.
in security wise, like there's in IPv4, right? There is no kind of built-in security, and it will relies on ASM. But in IPv4, I said IPv6,
What is add-on?
I don't like some kind of like adding some third-party things, like third-party software.
Okay.
And next we have IPv6. So here we have integrated security. And if we talk about the header, right, we have header of IPv6 and IPv4. So IPv4 is like more complex, and IPv6. IPv4 is more complex, and IPv6 is simpler and more efficient. And I will mention, like as you asked, like what is add. So I'll add over here like one line for it, so that we can revise later. So it will refer, you can say in simple term, it will refer the additional software or features, okay, that need to be implemented on top of the base IPv4. And here one more term I have discussed, that is header. So header you can think like a envelope, okay, like it contain the address, you can say header. It contains the destination address, return address, postage informations. It is so which guide.
What is the postage information?
Sorry,
After return address, there is a postage information is there. What is the postage information it contains?
like postage, you can say like in the I, IT terminology, right? It is like a source IP address, destination IP address, prototype. So much of fields will be there.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. You can just say, you can tell like network packet. I'll show one diagram for it. I have one diagram, so you'll get the idea of it.
okay,
So in simple term, you can say like it is like header is like kind of envelope, okay? The letter. So it contain the destination address, return address, all those postage information, which will guide, okay, where this packet should go. Postal services in delivering the letter. And we have in IPv6 and IPv4, we have payload also. So payload is like kind of actual letter, okay? The actual content you want to send. So I have discussed what is IP address types and how it looks, why IP address is very important, and I have discussed one more thing like public versus private network IP address, and here I have discussed the difference between IPv4 and IPv6. So in IPv4, like we have 32-bit, in IPv6 we have 128-bit, and I have discussed in terms of security. Then we have discussed about the header. So IPv4 header is more complex than IPv6, and here I have discussed about the add-on also. Like it will take the additional software to implement the security on the top of the IPv4, and even we have header also. So header is like an envelope, or and also we have later that in IT terms we can say like payload. And a payload is like it's kind of actual content which you want to send, and header is like it contains some address, return address, like all the details, okay, where this packet should go, where this header should go. So if you just see the general information of IPv4, like architecture, so I'll this picture is from like public source Wikipedia. So here it is shown like the data and the source address, destination address, and all. So this is like a payload, and this part is called header part. So this is the architecture of like IPv4.
okay.
Anything else you want to ask in this IPv4? Sorry, IP address.
No, nothing. It's clear. It's it's clear,
Yeah,
Dheeraj.
yeah. 1 second. I wanted to like say one command. Okay, like how to check IP address in the command prompt. So you can check the IP address of your computer device. So you can check online tools we have that is called what is my IP address .com. Okay, or in CMD you can type, or else of like in device. Okay, in your laptop, what you can do, you just type CMD in the run. Okay, or you can just directly open the command prompt and type the command called IP config. If you type IP config in the command prompt, it will show your IP address of your devices. And if you are using Mac, then you can go for system like preference. Okay, in there we have network. So under the TCP IP, you will get the IP address in the Mac OS. And if you Linux, we can use IC config, IF config. So for Windows, it is IP config. For Linux, it is okay. So we'll move to the next topic. So yesterday, like I have discussed about what is cloud, okay, and what is the benefit of cloud. An example we have seen. Now we'll
Yeah,
yeah. So now we'll discuss about like AWS. So what is AWS? It is like a kind of toolbox, okay, in the cloud, and it has all sort of tools. You can say that businesses and developers use to use to build and run websites, or you can say app or other online services. Okay, so if somebody will ask like what is AWS, you can say like it is a toolbox which is in cloud, and it has all sort of like tools that businesses or developers need to, you can build or you can run the website, app, and any other online services on the cloud.
okay.
And advantage is like it is very easy to use. Like it will make very simple to start with technology. Like even if you are not like tech expert, or maybe like if you are not from a technical background, so we can use this like toolbox. It is very powerful. Like it can handle the small website and also even the massive online games, and it is we can scale. Okay, so like AWS can grow with the needs. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the running out the spaces or power. and it is also affordable. So you only pay for what you use. Like it is very budget friendly for the startup also, and for the small to the large businesses. Let's say like example. So Netflix will use the AWS to stream the movies and TV shows to millions of viewers. You can use like Airbnb that also use AWS to power its websites, and also like app for the booking and all those stuff. And last is like is a mobile, like you can say many mobile games data, and like PUBG, like a PUBG. Okay, everything is like all servers will be in AWS, and AWS is owned by the Amazon.
One question is here. Is it for only backend services is suitable or front-end applications also it's suitable?
Like
Like
you're talking about the like
if
front
the
end, like hello.
yeah, what I'm speaking in the sense like backend like Java and Node.js, Python. So such type of application it's good, or you can keep a front-end application React, Angular, Vue.js, or others also preferred.
Both is preferred. We can host the static website also, and we can host the backend file also.
See, static website, so many free services are there, but uh, like after some amount of a time, you have to pay for AWS, right?
Ah, yes.
Or 1 year or something. But some services are lifetime free are there. Netlify is there, Render is there. So like that. So preferably we have backend and database related means we have this AWS is the best options. I think so.
Both for both is like nowadays like we have Amazon S3. Okay, so
Uh,
which is contain like the static also, even dynamic also, and even we have AWS Amplify also, which will take the full stack deployment. I'll just write one terms here.
okay, okay.
One is Amazon S3. So here it will it is like a storage device. Okay, so here the only the cons is like S3, like we don't have we it will not support the dynamic applications, which require the server side handling. But we have AWS Amplify,
Okay.
so it support the full stack deployment. But only one thing, like it can be like it will be not cost effective, as you said.
You mean it is a costly?
Yeah, little bit costly. Yes.
Okay.
And also like we have EC2 also. I think I've heard about EC2, that Elastic Compute Cloud.
Yeah.
So here it will give you the full control on the server side and all those things, for like example React.js.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask?
It's clear.
So in introduction part of the syllabus, like whatever the syllabus is said, so in that like it is mentioned like cloud computing and advantage of cloud computing and SaaS, IaaS and PaaS. Okay, and also they have mentioned like why we should go for the like what is AWS and IP addresses. Okay,
Yeah,
so these are the topic which is mentioned in the introduction part. So yesterday I have covered for like half an hour, right?
yeah, yeah,
And today it took like hardly 20 minutes, I guess.
yeah. Okay.
So we have services in the AWS, which will be discussing more in the practical also. So I'll just list out the AWS services, like what services we have. The first thing, like we got to know, like AWS is very like a powerful and vast collection of online services which we can build or and also we can run the applications like websites and all everything. And it is like a pay as you go model. Like whatever you're paying for resources, we can make it flexible. Okay, and it has like global infrastructure. Okay, like AWS has data center worldwide. So if you talk about the services, right, so we have EC2 here, and next thing we have S3, that is a simple storage services, and we have RDS also. So RDS is a relational database service, and last we have Lambda.
Our relational database in the sense MySQL, PostgreSQL, those
E-
database, right?
yes, yes, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and
And what about other services like MongoDB, Firebase? These are all these services also there in the AWS.
yes, even MongoDB also. It is NoSQL actually, NoSQL database. So we have MongoDB in the AWS.
Okay.
So talking about the EC2, so it is called Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, and it is like a virtual server in the cloud. Okay, you can customize the operating system, software, resources, whatever we need. In S3, like we have like we can scale also for the files, websites, backups. It is like a kind of you can say like hard drive. We have RDS here. So RDS will manage the database like MySQL, PostgreSQL. So AWS will handle the backup, update, maintenance, everything. Last we have Lambda. So it is a serverless computing platform. So you can run the code without managing the server. So for now, like to get start with the AWS, getting started. So you have to create the AWS account, then explore the AWS console. So in console, if we go there, we have some like web interface for the managing the AWS resources, whatever we have discussed here, and then we have to launch an EC2 instance. Okay, and we have Spirit. So what about the license? Like, hello.
Hello.
So like the account which they're going to practice, like, are you going to give some like account for them or like?
Yeah, individually they can create an account, right?
Okay, so the free tier, right?
Yeah.
So like some services are not free actually.
Yeah, yeah. So, which are all the some services are there? So that is, we will take for only for practical time, and we can switch off that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this these things I'll explain later. Okay, how to create account. I'll show the demo for this.
Okay. You're going to create account now, or what?
No, no, no. I'll explain the topic. They have in first they have mentioned one in the introduction part.
Hmm.
Practically, like they have mentioned in some other part, some other mode.
Okay.
So now we'll discuss about like computer networks. That is our last topic of this model. So computer network is like a set of interconnected devices like a computer, server, smartphone that can share the information and resources in the company. Here we have types of the computer network that we have LAN, WAN, WAN and WLAN. Okay. So LAN is a local area network. So it will cover the small area like office, home, schools and all. And WAN is like is cover a larger area like city, country, globe and all. And wireless LAN, WLAN. Okay, that is wireless LAN. It uses the radio waves of the for the connection. Okay. So this is for the small like small area. This is for larger area, and this is for radio wave for the connection. So we have components also in the computer network in the companies. So in components we have routers, we have switches, firewalls, then we have cables, or you can say access points. There can be wireless. So router is like a direct traffic between the network, and switches is like connected devices within the LAN. Okay, and firewall is like is going to protect the network from the unauthorized access in the company or like private network or home. And cables is like it will provide the physical or wireless connection mediums. And we have data center also. So it will facilitate the housing server or the storage critical data. Is it clear, the terms? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to ask in this?
No, so this routers and all, we are going with a deeper way. So networking part only, that's we are going with a uh, higher level, or we are going to deeper, how it will be like.
We'll be
So,
going for high level.
uh,
1 second. I'll show the syllabus.
mm,
Do you have syllabus with you?
mm, no, so that is I need to open.
1 second. I'll upload in the same drive so that the student can also access.
Yeah.
So I have added in the day two. So if you
Mm-hmm.
refresh the page, you will get the day two. So
Mm-hmm.
here, these are the topics which they have mentioned, like in introduction part,
Okay, okay.
just to make aware like what is cloud computing in AWS, what is the advantage of cloud computing,
Mm-hmm.
SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, and that is like why we should care about the AWS computer network and IP address. So these all
Okay,
topics I have discussed from yesterday.
okay, okay.
Okay. So shall we stop till here or like?
Yeah, 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 sure.
Uh,
And we'll get a recording for this one, right? Video.
yeah, I'll send the recording.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So,
Sure.
thank you.
Yeah, welcome. We'll see tomorrow.